So ISI 2026 batch is live, and to access it and join it, whoever is going to appear for next year, whoever is going to take a drop year and maybe appear again for JEs and also want to appear for ISI, it's a year-long course. And if you're admitting to the ISI course, do not admit to any of the JE courses because ISI alone would be sufficient for that because you will be learning all the JE stuff and more. Yes, of course, the questions would be different, but the section theory and everything else would be the same. Okay. So if you want to join, click the link in the description, go to the app. You can download the app from the link and subscribe in there. The batch will start very soon. So be sure to join in because there will be live classes in a slow-paced environment for 1 year straight. Hello everyone, welcome to NS Academy. Now in this video, we are going to discuss about UGB ISI BSTAT 2025 paper, and we shall look at the first two problems for now. The whole solution is also available, but let us look at the first two problems, how they were, and let us discuss the cutoffs for this year, which is very important. I know all of the students who gave this year, they are patiently waiting to understand the analysis of the paper, to understand what the cutoffs might be. And the thing is, most of the students who reported back to me, they said that UGA was somewhat good for them. Like most people got 60 plus, 70 plus, which is not a safe score, but yeah, there were people also who got like 80, 90 or hundreds as well. So that's I would say 75 plus is a decent score for now in UGA, but still it's not safe because anything above 80 could be considered safe in UGA. The thing is in ISI, if you do not cross UGA, your UGP paper would not be checked, right? And in UGB, the median score for, as I mean, the students I have encountered, the median score runs from 20 to 30. So, which is standard for UGB because people don't tend to do extremely well in UGB. Not everyone, though. But the thing is, it's important that you do get at least three questions correct. So 30 marks is essentially very important for selection. And as per the news to this year, there might be no interviews. So we will have to wait and see if there are or not later on in the stages, because ISI is entitled to change its opinions whenever they want. And if there is interview, it's actually good news because more people will be at least called on and they will be given the opportunity. Okay. Now, what is the first problem? The first problem, I'm not showing you the problems. You should know the problems. The problem section can be found in the PDF linked in the description. So it was basically that we were given mod of f dash x less than half, and there were some conditions given, and we had to prove that there exists an unit x naught, a unique x naught, such that f of x naught is equals to x naught. This is what we had to prove. Okay, this is what we had to prove. So the standard idea in this kind of questions is this, that you set g of x as f of x minus x because we want to show that for some value of x, g of x is 0, which would imply that f of x is x, right? Now f is differentiable, which means so is g, and therefore g dash x should be equals to f dash x minus 1. Since we know mod of f dash x less than half, this immediately tells us that minus half less than f dash x and less than half, correct? And you can subtract minus 1 from both sides and you should get this. Now, this implies that g dash x is always negative, which means it is strictly decreasing and its slope never really approaches 0. Okay, now understand this. If we want to solve for this, first of all, you see that f of x is whatever function it is. If we tend x to infinity, positive infinity specifically, g of x tends to negative infinity. This is also valid from the fact that if you have a x which is positive and you fix it, again a very standard method, using the fundamental theorem of integral calculus, 0 to x g prime t dt, where g is a differentiable function, should be equals to gx minus g0, right? So it's just the other way around. Gx is g0 plus 0 to x g prime t dt. Keep g0 as same and now use the inequalities to find out this is nothing but equal less than or equals to g naught minus x by 2, correct? And if you tend the limit on both sides, it's obviously minus infinity. So that is what we wanted to establish. And in a similar manner, for negative x, we have this thing, which is plus x by 2. And if you tend x to negative infinity, this simply becomes positive infinity. Okay. So all in all, G is a function which basically decreases. So at negative infinity, it is basically positive infinity, and at positive infinity, it is basically negative infinity. So it's a strictly decreasing function. It is a strictly decreasing function, and we can see why. Because for all x, the slope is always negative. So it goes on. So it starts from negative infinity, and it goes on and on and on, and goes to positive infinity, and it keeps going. Okay. Now, in such a function, which means since it occupies all values in the all values in the range, there exists exactly a unique point x naught so that it is zero, because it crosses from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? And zero lies in between here. So it must have touched this because it is continuous. It is completely continuous in this range, so it must touch this. So by the intermediate value theorem, we can conclude that there exists a single unique x naught, because there cannot be more since it's a strictly decreasing function. It has exactly one root. And that x naught, we can say that g of x naught is 0, which means f of x naught is x naught, because g of x was f of x minus x, correct? The uniqueness follows from the strict monotonicity of G. Hence, the map F possesses precisely one fixed point. What is a fixed point? Any number x is called a fixed point for a function f if f of x is equals to x. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next problem. Again, a very easy problem. This would be marked as an easy problem. So why is it an easy problem? First of all, the given identity is basically equal to this. You can do it using very simple manipulations of trigonometry using sin square theta 1 minus cos square theta. Now we need to prove this. Now, if you know this result, this is a result which could be found in many properties of triangle books or chapters, that every triangle, which is Euclidean of course, satisfies cos square a plus cos square b plus cos square c plus 2 cos a cos b cos c equals to 1. And if you subtract these two things, you simply get cos A, cos B, cos C equals to 0. So from the given condition, if we do that, it becomes cos A, cos B, cos C equals to 0. Now, the thing is, each interior angle of a non-degenerate triangle lies in 0, comma pi. And since the product is 0, so this is just the, this is basically the explanation in written form. But obviously, one of this must be pi by 2, right? Because only cos 90 degrees 0. So either cos A, cos B, or cos C, one of these has to be 90 degree, which means one of these has to be 0. Correct. So which means that one of the angles is exactly pi by 2, which we required to prove. And this is an enlightening situation, that this is nothing but the Pythagoras theorem, but in different format. That is all it is. Okay. So, okay. We only wanted to discuss two problems. We shall discuss more in the later stages. Please let me know in the comment section your scores, how you approached it, and are you expecting an interview, or if you are someone who is going to also appear for 2026, give it a good attempt and get an ISI or CMI. Okay, and obviously it's worth it. ISI and CMI is worth the wait for 1 year. It's so much more right now because of the data science, and that is the only trend that's going to, that is the only thing that's going to remain in the job sector in a few years, maybe 2 years from now. So doing a B stat is kind of the best thing in science right now, other than technology, you can do. So any other field might not be very much effective in career prospects, other than becoming, other than academics. But yeah, B stat, data science, these are the things right now. Okay, so that would be it. So if you want to join the 2026 batch, check out the description as I've said before. Join the link, and I would expect a good number of students for this year, so that the more students, the healthier the batch is, and the competition would be great. And also, let me know how you like the video, and if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. Thank you.